Should a Nigerian in diaspora have a mansion in Nigeria while he's still living in one room in diaspora, in UK, Canada, or any country? There are some people who are living in one shared apartment or shared apartment in UK, in Canada, but they have mansion right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Six bed, six bed. Some of them even 8 bed, 12 bed in their village. Is that a wise decision? Is it a good thing to do? That is what I want to talk about in this video. I saw a post on Facebook and it was going viral, and I decided to talk about this, even though I know indirectly I might spoil my business, which you know what I do. I help Nigerians in diaspora to invest properly in Lagos, Nigeria. I might spoil my business, but no problem. What I'm after is, even if you want to invest, I want to advise properly so that you can invest rightly. Buying property is good, but kindly stay to the end of this video as I give you my opinion on what to do if you must have that mansion right here in Nigeria. Kindly stay to the end of this video. Let me tell you what to do. One thing I usually advise my clients is this: before you take any investment decision or before you take any decision, you need to define your purpose. Whether it is house or any other thing, you need to define your purpose, because the purpose will determine what you will do. You are in diaspora, you live in a shared apartment, or you stay in one room, tiny room, working about 16 hours in a day to raise that fund to go ahead and build that mansion. What is your purpose? If your purpose is to build a house that you use it to collect a shift title at home, well, that can be a good one for you, if that is your purpose. If your purpose is to build that house and use it to show off right in Nigeria, if that is your aim, then that is your purpose. That mansion you have in your village or you have in Lagos that you are not staying there is a good one for you, because you have a purpose. Your purpose is to show off. If your purpose is to show off, then building a mansion that you only come like 2 times in a year or 3 times in a year. No, what's 2 times in a year? If 2 times in a year is even better, like once in 2 years or once in 3 years or 5 years. If that's your purpose is to show off, to have that name that I have a house in Nigeria, if that's your aim, then having a mansion in Nigeria while you are staying in one room in UK or in US or in Canada, if that's your purpose, no problem with that. That purpose match your action. Fantastic. And also, if your purpose is for investment purpose, for retirement purpose, then that decision needs to be checked properly. For instance, you stay in that one room in which you are in UK or in Canada or in US, and you feel like having an investment back home, then that investment, are you looking at something that can give you money? Or are you looking at when you come back home, you can use it as your retirement home? And you also consider, are you looking at living in that house? If you're looking at living in a house and you want to build a house that you stay, you have to consider some factors. For instance, if let's say you have 2 children and you can say, okay, how many bedrooms do I really need? I need 2 bedroom or I need 3 bedroom. Then go ahead and build your 2 or 3 bedroom so that when you come back to Nigeria, you have where to stay. That is okay. But because it's not wise, if your aim is when you come back home, you have where to stay, it's not wise to go to a store, let's say you buy like 8 donuts and you have the capacity to eat only 2 donuts. It's not a wise decision. So if your aim, your purpose, I keep making reference to purpose. If your purpose is not for to impress people, then you need to build that house that you actually need. If what you need is 2 bedroom, build 2 bedroom. If what you need is 3 bedroom, do 3 bedroom. But if you really want that 8 bedroom, that 12 bedroom in your village, then for sure of purpose, if that is your aim. But if you have like 12 children and you want to do that, that is your own. But the point I'm driving is this: you need to define your purpose first before you go ahead and build that quantity of room you want to build. Let me also say this too. If you're looking at coming back to Nigeria in a few years' time, for instance, you're looking at retiring in, let's say, 10 years' time from now, this is what I would recommend you do. I recommend you do this. I recommend that you use this strategy. This is what I usually advise some of my clients. Start accumulating land as much as you can. Buy land more. You can buy as much land as you can buy. Let's say in every 1 year, you work hard, you buy 2 land. In 12 years' time, if you're thinking of coming back in 12 years' time, you have like 24 land. Then few months before you come back, or about few months before you come back, you can decide to sell some of the land to build that house that you will stay. And the house should be what you actually need. If your children are grown up, I would recommend that don't build to consider them, because they will not stay with you. It is only you and your wife, or you and your husband that will stay. Just a 2-bedroom is okay. In case you have them, one of them come to visit you, or you have somebody that comes to visit you, at least they will have a place to stay. If you are retiring, and also the kind of house you also build too matters a lot. If you are retiring, you don't look at building a duplex. You should look at building a bungalow, because at your old age, your nail will be arthritis and other sickness will not make you to have that strength to be climbing up and down. So if you're looking at retirement home, you should look at building a bungalow, and something that you and your spouse will stay, and probably one extra room, not for show off. Then the remaining plot you have, you can use it to do businesses. You can sell some of them and start business that can sustain you while you are in Nigeria. You can start farming some of them, depending on the location where they are. So it is important that if you are in abroad and you want to build a house right here in Nigeria, you should not do, for me, I would recommend, don't do a show-off thing. You're in diaspora, yes, but your life is important to you, because those people that you are showing off to, they might not be interested in you. They have their own problem. So the strategy I recommend is go ahead, buy as much land as you can buy. Another method which I also recommend to my clients is you can also build apartments. Instead of you going ahead and buy 4-bedroom duplex, 5-bedroom duplex, and you think you will use it for renter, why not go ahead and buy apartments? Let's do some calculation. Let's say every 1 year you buy one apartment. Let's say a 2-bedroom apartment or a 1-bedroom apartment, and in the next 10 years you've gotten, or next 12 years you've gotten like 12 apartments. For instance, as you are coming back and you're retiring, each of those apartments, the rent from those apartments, they can sustain you per month, can maintain you per month depending on where they are. If you're using it for the regular rent, the yearly rent, to some extent you have something that is coming almost every month. Then if you're using it for short let, that is a big one. For instance, if you decide to go into short let, the amount you're using, based on my calculation and based on my experience, based on people I've done business with over the years, if you buy a short let, you buy an apartment and you decide to use it for short let, in less than 10 years, you will get the money back using in buying that house at 30% occupant rate, which means that, let's say in that your short let, in every 30 days, you have 10 people that occupy the house based on short let. With that 30% occupant rate or thereabouts, you are certain that in 10 years' time, you can get the money back using buying that house. But if you buy in a very prime area that you have over 50% occupant rate, you can get the money you invest in buying that house less than 10 years. That is if you are going to the short let route. But if you are going to the regular rent, just know that, okay, you're using it to maintain yourself while you are retiring back in Nigeria. So what is my take home here? If you are looking at building a house, a mansion in Nigeria that you will only come once in 2 years or in 3 years, and mind you, every house requires maintenance, and that house is not giving you any return on investment. If your purpose is for show off, then it's a good one for you. If your purpose is to tell your kindred that you have a house, then that purpose is good for you. But if your purpose is for you to actually have retirement plan or have rental income, then that approach will not be a good one for you. So I will want to discuss with you, to talk to you on your next real estate purchase right here in Lagos, Nigeria, or in other states. The number on the screen is our number. Feel free to call us. Let's talk. Let's draw your plan. Mind you, this is November. I know probably some of you, in January, you wrote some goals of the number of house or land you were to buy, but currently you might not be doing up to that. Probably because of you don't have somebody that can guide you properly on what to buy and what not to buy. And some of you probably you've bought wrong property. Even though I know that property is good, but you can buy wrong property, you can buy wrong investment because of wrong realtors who are desperate to sell to you. For me, I'm not desperate to sell to you. My aim is to guide you properly so that in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, when you come back to Nigeria, I will be sitting with you, we'll be sipping wine together, and you say, Dennis, thank you so much for that advice. I prefer long-term relationship, not hit and run. So let's do business together. Call me. Let's achieve and make sure you plan your next year goal for property. You need to start planning now. This is November, December. In December, for some of you who are coming back in December, you need to start planning now so that we need to put things in place. The same way you are planning for other things, you should have investment goal. I would recommend you call them on the screen. Let's help you out and let's achieve that your real estate goal. When you call, our customer rep or our managers will pick your call. Feel free to talk to anybody that picked your call, and I can assure you that you'll be glad that you do. Once again, thank you so much for staying to this point. Kindly like this video, kindly share this video to your friends. I know they'll be glad that you actually share this video with them. And if you have any opinion, kindly put it in the comment section below. Thank you so much. My name is Dennis Isong.